I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano and Aaron Rosa. It's no more Dark Side of the Ring. That was a fun couple of months and a half. But,
it was time to end.
It was a long season.
It was a long season.
Hey, it certainly helped our show. Our ratings went up because we're covering wrestling, so
I like it.
we appreciate that. I appreciate everyone, watching that and listening, but we're moving on. We're back to current films.
Oh, yes.
Because it's summertime. It's the perfect time.
What a fucking film.
Yeah, and there's nothing like spending $80 at the movies now.
Well,
Son of a...
oh, you bought food too? It's a big mistake.
Well, the closest theater is
you gotta stop doing that.
Star Cinema.
Well, that's the
if I'm
most
taking
expensive
Matthew with
theater
me-
around, Joe.
Well-
That's part of the problem.
It's
We
that
made
or
the-
Cinemark.
Yeah, we made the mistake. Well, Alamo Drafthouse is pretty good. It's a little farther than Star, but it's not as expensive. Star is
Kind of is,
insane.
though. Alamo's same prices, $15 for a burger.
It's not as bad. We went to Star and it was like fucking $150
It's
for
ridiculous,
like
yeah.
tickets and like dinner.
No,
and
the
a
tickets
couple
for
drinks.
$34. I'm like, it's a Sunday at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Why are your tickets so... You guys should be less than Cinemark because you're going to make money on the food. I had like a little argument. Matthew's like, can we just go to the movie, Dad?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't have as many options that are 5 minutes away. You know
Not
what I
one
mean?
of these chains is
We
like...
got spoiled.
Not one of these chains is like, hey, the industry's dying. Maybe we give some people some incentive
Yeah.
to come out here.
Right?
No, they have to do the opposite now and overcharge the rest of us
Right?
that are still going.
That are still loving the movies.
I said this last week. We are single-handedly keeping the movie business alive. The people that are going...
And how's that working out for DirecTV? Just tripling the charges for all the people that are still subscribing.
Yeah, but you can get
How's that working?
television anywhere now. You know, if you want to go to the movie theater, you have to go to the movie theater. You know, what are you going to do? I saw it at Cinemark just because if I'm going to see a big action movie, I want to see it on like, a giant screen with the best sound possible. Like, I think with Cinemark, it's like called XD or whatever, so I like to see it there. Like Star Cinema and Alamo, that's more for like maybe a comedy for me. But yeah, when I want to see like a big action, I want to see it on a big screen as possible. I would have loved to see it in IMAX, but that's only at Regal. And Regal, it's like $25 a ticket for IMAX now. So it's just insane. Like, that's not worth it.
Cinemark didn't have IMAX?
No. No. But it's XD, so it's still that big. It's almost as big as IMAX, so whatever.
So that's what your thing is. Every time I've ever asked you to go to Star or Alamo, you've always been like, let's go somewhere else. So that's what it is.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
I've said this before. You just forget, but it's fine. That's our relationship. But it's fine. We saw Terminator: Dark Fate at Star, and it was horrible. But that was because the movie sucked, not because
That's
of
not
Star
Star's
Cinema.
fault.
I know it's not Star's
Jesus.
fault. Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna break down Ballerina. Talk about some of our favorite moments because apparently these two guys really like the movie. You
You didn't?
right? Well, come on.
Ballerina?
No, of course I liked it.
Oh, yeah.
I liked
was
it a
like,
lot. Yeah, no,
come
of
on.
course.
Even Andrew Pisano had to like this.
No,
one.
I had to just troll a little bit because lately I'm the one that has hated everything. So, But this was really good. It felt like just another installment in the John Wick franchise.
As soon as I walked out of the theater, I had to text Andrew and test the water because
Yeah.
our friendship might have been over if we didn't like this
we
movie.
saw it like at the same time, just in different theaters.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny.
That's funny.
But we'll get into that. Oh, one thing about my theater was all of a sudden my wife noticed. She was like, "Do you hear that cricket? Is that someone's phone?" There was just a sound of a cricket, and I was like, it went on for so long that I was like, well, that can't be anyone's phone anymore. And then I see one of the workers like go and like start hitting the wall. Cause like, you know how there's curtains still, like even though there's walls, there's curtains. So he's like trying to find it. But like eventually it stopped and then he left and the cricket he started going again.
Oh my God.
So for like half the movie, there was a fucking cricket.
That's horrible.
Fantastic.
And then
Crickets are loud.
So yeah, after the movie, I was like, "Hey, you guys know you got a cricket in the wall?" And they were like, "Here's 2 free movies." I was like,
Really?
Appreciate it." Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So at least they were cool about it. But
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna break down everything about Ballerina, but first we have to thank a couple new patrons. So thank you to John Watson and El Burrito con Chile.
Yes.
I mean
Wow.
that's
Sounds
that's-
great.
It
I'm a
certainly
little hungry,
does.
I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely. So yeah, go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. You get the main show, which is this one, ad-free and before anyone else. So if you don't like ads, that's one reason to do it. We also have over 100 bonus podcasts. That includes brackets and reviews of various shows like Andor Season 2, which we're currently doing. Supposedly it gets better. We'll see. We also finished up The Last of Us recently. Daredevil, Born Again, The Boys, Invincible, The Penguin, Squid Game, X-Men 97, Loki, Secret War, what was it? Secret Invasion. That shit sucked. And of course, Mr. McMahon. If you want more wrestling content, we've got that on there. Patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. So there you go. All right, Ballerina. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina. That's the full title.
That's the full title, yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's a long time.
I just, we just call it Ballerina. It's
a mouthful.
Like, yeah, I mean, I guess they felt they had to put that in the title just to over-explain it to the dummies. Like, yeah, this is a John Wick type movie.
Yeah, it's like
this is a John Wick spinoff.
It's like the Knives Out thing. All the sequels, they've got to put the knives out, even though it's not a direct sequel to those movies.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but again, this is just, I have some notes, but we're kind of just free to talk about, like, obviously the action. It felt like you were just watching another John Wick movie. The action was amazing. And, like, when you watch this and then you go watch a Marvel film where it's like, there's some of the CGI just doesn't look very good. They do so many fantastical things in these John Wick movies. And not for 1 second do you think, that looked fake, or like that looked kind of weird. Like it all looks so good.
I was gonna say all
and
of
it's
this.
like a tenth of the budget of these fucking Marvel movies.
Damn
That doesn't
right.
make any sense. They're so creative. You can't just shoot everyone without coming up with new ways to kill people. And when she couldn't find a gun, but all she had were grenades,
It's amazing.
That was amazing.
Oh my God, the
'Cause she would, like,
grenades.
put one on you and then just like hide behind like a metal door and still get kind of blown, but like, not bad. I'm still alive. It was crazy.
She loved grenades in this movie.
Oh, it was amazing.
I mean,
Holy shit.
I'd like to get kind of blown by an Ana de Armas, you know?
Well,
You're damn right.
Yeah. But no,
Very creative. Creative ways of killing people.
that's what the John Wick franchise has always been. And like it was like, yeah, they still find ways to be creative. It was great. Nice opening scene. The dad was basically doing a John Wick impression, I felt.
He looked just like him.
Yeah.
Which was like, let's just let John Wick be his own thing. We don't need people trying to be like John Wick. That was when I think it was Peacock came out with those Continental like movies. They were like, I think an hour or whatever. Like I saw like a little clip and I was like, this guy's being too much like John Wick. I want to see Keanu Reeves do that, not some random guy, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But once they said that she had a sister and that the bad guys take children,
sure.
it was like, well, you knew the deal there. You
Yeah.
knew like her sister was going to come into play at some point. And I saw like, the plot was predictable. And I saw criticisms of that online. Again, mostly good reviews online. I know it's like fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, but the people that didn't like it were like, it's a very shallow plot. It's like, but that's the John Wick franchise. Like, all the movies are shallow and like it's not about the plot.
Yeah, this is not a mystery. It's not a thriller.
You're not there
this
for
is an
the
action flick.
You're not there for the writing.
Yeah, that's
right.
The plot of John Wick 1 is they killed my dog. I'm going to kill everyone. Then John Wick 2 is this guy's an asshole. He fucked me over. I'm going to kill him. Then 3 and 4 is I've got to just kill everyone because they're all after me.
It's
It's that easy.
We did learn almost everyone in this cinematic universe is an assassin.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much everyone on the planet's an assassin.
From John Wick 2, when you just see like everyone in the world is just in a... It's like,
There's
by
whole
day...
towns of assassins.
Like, what was it? Rafi from the League.
my
Jason
God.
Mantzoukas is like, well, day to day I'm a homeless person, but my real job is I'm an assassin.
Assassin.
What do you do with that money? Well, I buy a better trash bag for myself to sleep in at night.
I
that's
sent it all
good.
to my mom.
I guess so.
They have
Yeah.
whole towns of assassins,
Yeah.
kids that are assassins. When they sounded the alarm towards the endish of the movie, and the kids are in the playground, there's little shooting shooting stations with the round thing, like right next to the playground. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, to them it's like the zombie apocalypse almost.
The
like
beginning
they're
of this
preparing.
film, this beginning of this film had a Black Widow feel, right? Because she was a ballerina,
Yeah.
and they were just teaching them how to be badasses and how to kill. Her organization was more about protection, kind of.
Yeah.
Was that kind of where they went with this?
Yeah.
Oh, you go protect people. Can I kill everyone? Oh, you can still kill everyone.
Well, I guess
But
we have to
you gotta
find out
protect
where it went wrong for John Wick, because John Wick grew up in that same place. And
Yeah, I wonder if they're ever going to show us more of that. It's interesting.
Yeah, but you would think, yeah, but then if you do a prequel, then like someone else has to play John Wick, unless they figure out that,
Hey.
anti-aging CGI.
What is he, 60? Look at him in this movie.
He is 60.
He
yeah.
looked great.
No, he did.
He looked great.
And his wife is like 50, but she looks like she's 20 years older than him.
Is she younger?
crazy.
Are you sure? I
She's
thought
younger.
she's older.
She's younger.
Wow.
Yeah.
She does look older.
It's crazy. But yeah, adult Eve meets John Wick at the Roscaroma Ballet Assassin School, and he advises her not to follow in his footsteps. Eve asks him, "How do I get out of here?" And Wick says, "The front door is unlocked." She's like, "No, I mean, do what you do."
Right.
And he says the line from the trailer, "Looks like you already have." He tells her, "You could still leave. You still have a choice." And then she says, "Why didn't you leave?" And he says, "I'm working on it." Because this is in between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, like just and then right after that they play his theme song, and you just like get fucking goosebumps.
Hard.
Oh
Every
my
time
God.
you get hard, you get goosebumps. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even the goosebumps are very hard, but yeah, like
Goosebumps are hard.
and it's like, yeah, all right, we'll see you at the end of the movie, John Wick, and we'll be ready. I mean, that's what put it even over the top, was the fact that he was in it. Like, yeah, he wasn't in it for long, but the fact that he was made it special for sure.
Yeah, and then you're like, how much is he going to do in this movie? And like, oh, they'll probably end up teaming up. I don't remember how he's still working for someone in between 3 and 4. Did that make sense?
Well,
that he's still doing favors? Like,
He had to do, well, because in 4, he even had to do a favor for her
Yeah.
in order to get accepted back so that they would help him.
oh, okay.
Like, yeah, so
he just
it was
does
stuff like
favors.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But yeah, after she goes on her first mission and they were like, oh, rubber bullets because they don't want her killing anyone, it was like, okay, I guess they want to make her first kill like really special.
Yeah.
And then it's like once she like leaves, like you see her walk out and it's this like awesome one shot where she gets back in her car and you see that she ran someone over, like just ran him into a fucking wall. And it was just like this badass thing where she's like, I'm a badass, I'm driving away. And then as she's driving away, like the car gets smaller and smaller, and then bam, someone hits her car, brings her all the way back to like the camera, basically. That was like my favorite part of the fucking movie.
And the little details when she's walking down the stairs through the whole place.
Yeah.
She's pulling the knives out of each person
Oh my
she
God,
killed
it was
the whole
amazing.
way. Holy
Amazing.
shit.
Were you stuck in that elevator the whole time? She was like, yeah.
Yes, it was scary. And then she
Yeah.
walked off. When that car is pushing her, as the car gets closer, you realize she jumped out of the
Yeah.
car because they're just shooting everywhere and just letting the car push her like along the street.
And it looked 100% real.
Yes.
It looked 100% real.
Yes.
That's what's so impressive about these John Wick movies.
Yep.
I was going into this, I was a little nervous that this might be like you remember how in The Flash, the only good parts was Batman?
Yeah.
I was a little worried that John Wick was going to be the only good parts of this.
So was I.
He didn't even have to be there. This was so good.
Pretty much,
It was
yeah.
nice that he was. It was great that he was.
I mean, yeah,
but-
we know why he was, but yeah,
Sure.
like she definitely held her own for sure, and the action was very good.
And I do like to where when they finally had their showdown, he just took her down easily. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
of
didn't want
course,
to see
like,
a
he's-
long fight.
Well, and
She
also
held her
like
own for a while, though.
A minute.
A little bit.
And
No.
very quickly, he had a knife in her throat, and he's like, "Just leave." And then he threw it down and walked away. And then they fought for like another 10, 20 seconds, and now he's got a gun in her face. Can you just leave?
No,
like,
I was-
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm
Right.
so glad they didn't make her his equal. That would have been ridiculous. She's a
Right.
rookie assassin. He's
Yeah.
like a 30-year assassin, and he's the best one of all time.
he's the assassin.
So I'm glad they didn't do that because that would have been ridiculous.
He's the man you sent to kill.
So yeah, I really like that. I mean, the part where she like tackles him through like some wood, and then the next thing, like right after that, he throws her through the other part of the wood. Like that
Awesome.
was fucking great.
Yeah.
And also like every time when she's like grunting, it's like she's half injured and half annoyed about how the fight's going. Like that was kind of cute
Pulling
from her.
knives out of her.
And there's just so many little details they put in, like not to fast forward too bad, but closer to the end of the movie, there's this one shot where I think it's in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And there's just this like slow-mo shot of her grabbing a samurai sword.
Yes.
It's like, oh, fuck yes.
Oh, that's one of the best moments of the film
Yeah.
where you're like, you see her reach for the samurai. Even Matthew sitting next to me, he's like, Oh yeah, this
yes.
is about to be amazing.
Yes.
There's nothing better than watching someone fight men with guns with a fucking sword and
Yeah.
winning. You're just slashing everything in sight.
I was like Lucy Liu in Kill Bill. I was like,
Yeah.
I was so excited.
Yep.
Also, it had been a while since I saw the trailer. So like once Norman Reedus, aka Daryl from Walking Dead, I was like, oh right, I forgot he was in this.
Same. Yes.
Daryl, and he looks exactly like Daryl because he has to.
He has to. He's
Just
in
like
between
Keanu
shooting.
Reeves.
Yeah.
He has to always look like John Wick.
Yeah. When they showed the printout, we both kind of popped. We're
Right.
like, woo.
Yeah, so that was cool that he was in it. I also liked how she had the classic John Wick gun showcase scene where the guy's like showing all the weapons, but this time it gets interrupted by assassins.
Oh, my God.
It was like, oh, you thought you were safe here? Yeah, that was great.
I love how there's rules and then no one ever follows them. Like the Continental, there's no fighting here. Everyone always fights. Everyone's always killing.
breaks the rules. Yeah, and she was like, luckily they believed her and then just shot the other two people.
Oh my God.
squatting next to her. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the part where she's using the grenades, like you mentioned earlier, it reminded me of when John Wick only had knives, which that was in 3 or 4.
I think.
Yeah, it was 3 or 4, but yeah, that was great. I also love the fight scene where she was fighting the hostess, and they just like the gun was under the plates, so they just kept grabbing
Yes.
plates and smashing each other over the heads as they're looking for the gun.
There was a lot of those surprises. First, when she first enters the restaurant or cafe, and a mom runs out with her child. Then later on, she's like, she's inside. You're like, is this whole fucking town assassins? Like, you don't know yet.
Yeah.
And then like she runs upstairs, and you think it's just some helpless girl with a knife. She's like, I'm not gonna hurt you. And then she like becomes this
Slashy,
assassin.
slashy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So many fun surprises.
And we have not even gotten to the part where she kills like 30 fucking guys with a flamethrower.
I know.
Oh my
Holy
God.
God, dude.
I love
was
how
amazing.
final that was.
When it's
Sometimes
just-
you'll see that and it's like, they burn a little and then they grab, like, no, they're toasted.
Yeah.
They tease it with the like she's like, oh cool.
Right.
And then it's like the dark hallway, and then you see the little flame. It's like, oh my God.
comes right at them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So we noticed, Lance Reddick's in this movie, and Matthew's like, didn't he die?
Yes.
And I was like, yeah. And he goes, no, didn't he die like 2 years ago? And we looked it up, and we're like, oh yeah.
He died right before the premiere of John Wick 4. Like
Yeah,
days before
right.
it
That's
came out.
right.
This movie was shot 2 years ago, and it was supposed to come out last year at this date.
Yep.
And they had to delay it because they had to do reshoots and stuff. There's a whole story behind it.
Yep.
That I can give some details.
I was
to.
wondering how he was in this because he passed so long ago.
He died while on tour promoting the film.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Sad.
but it was nice to see him for sure. One criticism about the film is the bad guy is very boring and very lame. Like the main bad guy is just this old boring
Gabriel
guy.
Byrne, right?
I don't
At
know
least
his
he's a
name. He's
famous
familiar,
actor.
but like
Yeah.
they couldn't give him worse dialogue and a worse like story to go on. Like
It was
just
too matter of fact, I'm a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And like as soon as you saw in the movie, like as soon as you saw this mysterious woman always following Eve, I whispered to my wife, I was like, that's her sister. And my wife was like, oh, maybe. And then once they revealed she was her sister, she looked at me and she's like, oh. And I was like, yeah, I mean, like,
I'm glad I didn't think that far ahead because that was a nice little reveal.
yeah. But it was pretty dumb for the main bad guy to tell her that Eve's your sister so that you might side with her, because
but-
then like just don't tell her it's your sister and then she'll be fine with killing her.
But for him to go, you know what, kill both of them. I fucked up. I told her. Like that was
Yeah.
a little too harsh.
Right.
Like he cares about these girls, but then he's like, kill her.
He had no reason to tell her that's your sister.
Yeah.
Like you're just hurting yourself at that point.
And if you think that you're that close to this grandchild of yours, like that's your sister, we got to kill her. You should hope that she's going to trust you enough to then do that
Yeah.
and not completely just turn on everybody.
Right.
I wanted to see them kick ass for a little bit first, and then she just fucking dies.
Well, she wasn't famous enough.
Yeah.
If they cast a famous actress in that role, you knew that was going to come, but it was like, oh, this bitch is dead.
Speaking of famous actresses, Lady Gaga was the first one attached to this film.
Thank fucking
what a different
God.
film.
They
then-
didn't. They would have been a musical.
Yeah, and then Chloe Grace Moretz, which would have been interesting since she's already made one of these films or
True.
two.
Yeah.
And then Anna de Armas, signed on.
How
really
did
in
Chloe
April of
Grace
2020.
not say? They must have been like, all right, we have Chloe Grace. Oh, we've got Ana de Armas. Okay, sorry, Chloe, you can go home now.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, she's just a huge star now.
Yep.
And she got this because of the James Bond film, which she was the best part of that movie. Like she was in one scene and she was great.
So in October of 23, like the rumors were that the film was a mess. Like it just was not like, I mean, look, there's no story. I'm sure the scenes were fine.
Yeah.
But that's when in February of 2024, instead of coming out in June, they're like, we need to reshoot a ton of scenes to make it. I'm guessing they were like, it's not John Wick enough for a John Wick movie.
Call Keanu.
Right.
The reshoots might have just
he wasn't
been
even in it.
The reshoots might have just been because in the final scene, like when he doesn't help her that much. It's very minuscule when he does. It's kind of separate from everything else. So I could see like how the reshoots were. Give me John Wick. You know, like it could have been as simple as that.
Yep.
The part where like she kills a bunch of guys and then like she grabs the walkie-talkie and they're like, oh, you know, like are they all dead? She's like, you know, they're all dead or whatever. Like that reminded me of Die Hard 3 when like Bruce Willis grabs a walkie-talkie and he mocks them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, Angelica Houston sends John Wick to kill Eve, and like we mentioned earlier, he had her dead to rights multiple times, but he lets her go. And again, just very happy that they didn't try to make this like a feminism thing where she's already as good as John Wick. That would have been absurd. So that was very nice. But yeah, also some great use of weapons, ice skates.
Unbelievable.
Were great.
Yes. Multiple people she killed with ice skates.
Very close to home for me.
And then, we talked about her with the flamethrower, but we didn't talk about the other guy with the flamethrower. And I don't know if I've ever seen a flamethrower duel in a movie.
Unreal.
Never seen it.
But that was fucking awesome. Certainly, they teased some of that in the trailers, but
I've seen a rocket launcher duel, but not a flamethrower duel.
yeah, that was pretty awesome. And then finally, she's like, "Oh, my flamethrower's out. It's water versus fire now," and just pushing him forward with the water with the fucking hose. That was great.
Unique.
And then Wick saves her by shooting the guy's flamethrower, so he blows up. And then we have a little scene of Wick fucking people up. You know, it wasn't much, but it was enough to be like, yeah, here we go, John Wick. You know, so that was nice.
Yep.
And then the main bad guy, another stupid thing was just him thinking he could talk Eve down. Like, yeah, I killed your father, but come on, don't kill me. Bam. It's like, well, of course.
Yeah,
what were you thinking, dummy?
So
Drive
casually
away,
walks out.
stupid.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Yeah, he was just enough of an asshole for you to want him to die, but he wasn't a really great villain. I'll give you that.
Yeah, you didn't
there's
care that
one-
much.
If there's one nitpick
Yeah.
about the movie, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
He could have been better.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Eve brings Daryl's daughter back to him as he recovers because we don't ever see him die. So like the rest of the time, once you see him get shot, you're like, all right, did he die or did they kill him? But thankfully, Daryl lives, so he can possibly appear in a sequel if they do it.
In these movies, until you see the kill shot, no one's dead, right?
Of course,
And
sure.
we didn't see that. And it was weird why they didn't do that.
Yeah.
We walked away from both of them.
Yeah, because him being alive wasn't this big reveal. It was just like, oh, there he is in the hospital.
Right,
You know?
but I thought he was going to show up to save her at some point in the town.
Yeah.
But again, that was a little bit of a plot hole. I was like, why didn't they just kill them? And Matthew's like, so the movie can happen. I'm like, it's fair.
Well, he didn't break rules, so the Continental had no reason to kill him. He didn't break the rules.
Yeah, but that wasn't the Continental. That was the sister and the other team,
What?
the X people.
No,
That-
the Continental ended up like catching Eve and
No, but taking the girl away.
right. They took the girl away
And they left him there. They left
And they-
the girl's dad just laying there.
Yeah,
They were-
they could have
This
just
won't
put a
come back to
bullet
haunt
in
us.
his head.
Right, I'm just saying. Well, especially Eve, because he was kind of down and out.
Maybe was the Continental showing up at that point? They had to run. Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe.
know.
Who
Again,
knows?
movie
They were
had to
just
happen.
they were just more focused on getting the girl back.
Yep. Right.
I mean, look, I think they know. They learned from The Walking Dead. The one thing we can't do is kill Daryl. It's the only thing we can't do.
the only
That
rule.
was the one rule of The Walking Dead: was don't kill Daryl.
Don't kill Daryl.
He's the only one that could never die. So, so that was nice. He's still alive. And then at the end, the cult puts a hit out on Eve. So now she has the same problem as John Wick.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
there it is. And then, like, the very end is, she's at the ballet, she's at the play that her friend who was with her at the school, and then they got rid of her. Right. It's like, it's nice that they let her leave and live. Like
I was like, wait, you're allowed to leave just like that?
The early on when they were like, yeah, your friend had to leave. She clearly couldn't be an assassin. Now you have one final test. I thought the final test was you're gonna have to kill her.
Killing her. That's exactly what I thought.
Oh, they're gonna bring in her friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then just some random woman who was like, "Fuck you," bam. And that was funny how like the woman got a head start on making the gun.
Oh, she was still.
And Ana de Armas was like, "I hate that I have to do this." So no mid or post credit scene. Mm-mm. I imagine Lionsgate wanted to see how the film did first in theaters. And, not great, honestly.
No.
It made 25 million domestic and 26 international for a global of 51 million for the opening weekend. The budget is estimated at around 80 to 90. But that's just the budget, not like
marketing.
Promotion. They say like you at least want to get half the budget your opening weekend. So, 51 million, it's somewhere there. Lionsgate they said a press release like claiming it was a success. So
yeah,
but we'll see. It definitely, we're gonna have to see how the next few weeks goes before they announce a sequel to Ballerina.
Word of mouth could hold it up.
Yeah, let's hope so. If people are like, hey, it's good, you should go see it. Because I imagine a lot of people are like, John Wick's only in there for one scene. Because really, it's one scene. Like, it's two technically, but it's really just one scene.
You don't think they're teaming up in John Wick 5?
No. So, well, I doubt it. I don't think the director basically said it's not a sequel, John Wick 5. So I imagine it's going to be a prequel.
Oh.
Because I don't think they're undoing what they did. I don't think they're undoing his death. That's what it certainly seemed like when the director said that.
Because they made it clear that they're not going to let him go after the high table because they want this franchise to keep going. So
right.
Yeah.
So unless it's just he's alive and he's high, but then what would there be no reason for him to kill anyone?
It's going to be like a Black Widow situation, I guess, where it's a sequel, but it's a prequel.
Yeah.
Got it.
Maybe just right before he retires the first time. I don't know.
Has he signed on for another one?
Yeah. They're doing 5. We know that for sure. But the last interview the director said is, it's not going to be like a direct sequel to, the rest of the films. It's not going to be about the high table. Unfortunately, like that's what we all want. We want him to just kill everyone and take down the high table. But because they're expanding this franchise, they can't just take down the high table without making everything else a prequel.
How did he die?
He got shot.
Where?
In the stomach.
Yeah.
I know. That's what we all want. We all want him to be alive. But I'm just telling you what the director said.
What was the finale of it? Did he close his eyes?
He died on the steps, and then you don't see it after that. But that's why we're all like, oh, he's gonna come back and he's gonna be alive. But as far as the director's saying right now, that's not happening. I hope he's just trolling us, but we'll see. Right. But yeah, as far as ratings go, what do you think?
I think I'm at 8 out of 10. This was fun.
Me too. Yeah,
this was fun.
8 is a perfect number, I think.
I'm gonna go 9 actually.
All right.
I liked this a lot because I was so surprised with how on par with the John Wick movies this was.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. They were so original and creative with the kills and the action.
Yep.
Just little shots that really made the movie.
I mean, an 8's still a really good rating. It's just she was good, but she's not Keanu Reeves good, and that's what separates the movies for me. That's all. Just Keanu Reeves is so great, so convincing as an action star. She did a pretty good job, but she's just no Keanu. And like if John Wick 2 and 3 are 9s and John Wick 4 for me is a 10, then this has to be an 8. Like again, the action's still amazing.
Said perfectly.
Look, I might still be buying the Steelbook. It's up in the air, we'll see. It's already available it became available for pre-order before the movie ever came out. It was like, it's fucking crazy.
Again, guys like you are keeping them Steelbooks going.
Right, yeah.
I mean, if we're quibbling about 8s and 9s, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Good problem.
I would definitely watch it again. My wife even wants to see it in theaters again, so that might be happening. So
nice.
Very good. Definitely go see it if you haven't. Hopefully you're not really getting spoiled too much here, but I guess we kind of did. But whatever, you knew. It was a John Wick movie. You kill the bad guy, you know how this is gonna go.
It's very direct, but that's okay. It's not about the story.
No, you see these movies for the awesome action scenes, and that's what it was. They kept their promise. So very nice. All right, let's get to the news and rumors, aka the Hollywood Hogwash. So director Ryan Coogler, who did Sinners, and he did Black Panther 1 and 2.
Yes.
He has confirmed that Denzel Washington will star in Black Panther 3. This was something that was rumored recently.
Okay.
But now he has confirmed it. Denzel Washington will be in Black Panther. I think Denzel even said it in an interview, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Do we know what
But now
role?
it became like news again because the director confirmed it. No, we don't. I would imagine he has to be the villain. Why else would you do that?
I thought this had already been announced and confirmed.
No, it had. Denzel did say it in an interview. I am remembering that. But it became news again because Ryan Coogler said it. So,
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him as Black Panther.
yeah, well, they're not going to do
Meet Black Panther. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I specifically stated I would do this.
It would be an upgrade. No, yeah, because when he was promoting Gladiator 2, he said, after this, I'm doing Black Panther 3. He said he's only doing a couple more movies before retiring.
Yeah.
And it was like Equalizer 4 through 10, and then Black Panther, I'm joking, but like, I think he's doing like Equalizer 4 and 5, and then he was like, Black Panther 3 is one of them, but yeah, after that, I'm retiring, so...
Yep.
We'll see what they do, obviously. It's going to be weird, though, if the female Black Panther's fighting Denzel. Like, how's that going to work? I can't see them doing that, but maybe he's just like a mastermind or something.
She can fight him. Why not?
I don't know. I don't really know any Black Panther villains, so...
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, anything?
No.
They should have just retconned that whole thing and brought Michael B. Jordan back from the dead and was like, you're the Black Panther now. That's really what they should have
What's
done.
with this Ryan Gosling rumor about him being a alternate universe Black Panther?
That's just a bullshit thing.
It's everywhere,
In the
though.
comics, they just made apparently they just made a white guy Black Panther. So there's no way they will get so much backlash if they did that shit.
No, you could never make him the Black Panther, but like with all this multiverse shit, it'd be hilarious.
You could definitely do it as a joke
Be fun.
in a Deadpool movie,
Yeah.
right? Like that would make sense. Like, a white Black Panther. That's gonna work out great.
It's like,
and then just
that's
immediately,
not the color I was expecting. Yeah.
and then just immediately, he just has to get killed by 1,000 bullets.
Oh my god.
So we'll see what they do there. I mean, Black Panther Wakanda Forever was okay, but it still made a fuck ton of money. So no surprise they're doing a third one.
Yep.
Also, the Invincible game that we talked about fairly recently was revealed at the Xbox showcase this past weekend. Did you see it?
I thought this was a separate game
Oh, I hope so.
because they were talking about a full-on open world
Yeah.
game, and this is not that.
This one is not open world. This is more of a Marvel versus Capcom, like 3v3, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat type thing.
I thought we were still a ways off from whatever that open world thing was,
Probably, if that's still happening.
because that was pretty recent that kind of came out, and they're already putting trailers out for this.
Yeah. So, did you see the trailer though?
I did.
Trailer's pretty brutal. It was like you
Yeah.
were kind of in the season finale, the season 1 finale, like in the middle of it. So,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, like, there's so many of these type of games. I don't see myself buying it. Just like a Mortal Kombat type fighting game.
Yeah, it's kind of like a false promises kind of thing because they show these awesome cinematics, but it's just a fighting game.
Yeah, it's just
They're-
it's just another button masher.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Also, 28 years later, director Daniel Boyle revealed that Cillian Murphy will return to the franchise in the second and third installments of the new trilogy. So
That's right.
There
Oh,
you
so he's
go.
not in this one.
No, he's
He's
not
in
in
the
this
next
one.
two.
Right.
Did he die in Weeks Later?
No.
Well, he
Which
wasn't
one
in
this-
Weeks Later.
No, we haven't seen him since the first
He was in
one.
the
Wait,
yeah.
it's
He
days
did-
later, then weeks later, and this is years later.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, he did not.
And
die
then
in-
decades later, centuries later?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That should be fun.
It's coming.
Centuries later.
Zombies in space.
Yeah. And then also the trailer for season 2 of Twisted Metal dropped, and none of us saw it.
No.
The only reason I'm mentioning this is because do you remember? You played it. I remember you played it, right?
Yeah, a little bit. With
You played it, the originals.
A little bit.
You remember Calypso, the main bad guy with the long hair? Calypso, what have you done, Calypso? I remember that from the second game. But
And he
anyways,
wasn't in the first series, the first, season 1?
No. Calypso is being played by Anthony Carrigan, aka Hank from Barry.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Now I'm kind of interested. I kind of want to watch Twisted Metal. Some of our fans have watched it and said it's a pretty good show. Like, obviously, it is what it is, right?
Yeah,
It's not going to be.
Did you didn't watch season 1, even though you're a big Twisted Metal guy?
No, it just didn't interest me.
So give me-
I could check it out.
Give me Hank as Calypso in a
Oh
scene.
my god! I don't
Come
even.
on, give me something.
Hold on.
Who's the crazy clown's name?
I don't know. See, I don't. Oh, what was the clown's name?
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth.
Tooth.
Yeah.
Good. Do something with that.
Okay, you can kill him now, Sweet Tooth. hey, Samoa Joe. You want to be my Sweet Tooth?
Oh, I wish Barry was coming back. It was such an amazing show.
I just got excited. I'm like, he's in something,
Right.
Because isn't he also going to be in Superman?
Superman. He's listed on the
Yeah.
thing, but he's been in none of the
Yeah.
trailers unless he's Metamorpho, or who was the guy that had that? No, that wasn't him. Unless he has major makeup on.
Right.
No, I thought that
He's
was.
got to have a name in the cast,
I thought that was, unless he dropped out. Oh, that would suck if he dropped out.
or it's like very small role, or it says Rex Mason.
Rex Mason. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know.
Unless he's like Rex Mason / something else, I could see that being the case.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, Rex Mason / Metamorpho.
It is Metamorpho.
So all right,
So that was him then, I guess. When we saw that in the trailer. Does that look like him?
oh that's him.
I mean, it's a lot of makeup.
Yep.
So
Oh,
it totally
okay.
could be him.
All right, very good.
Hello, Barry.
At least he's gonna be. Is that the main bad guy?
We don't know. We just know that he's in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously Lex Luthor, but I mean the guy that he's gonna fight.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. That's all I've got. So take it away, Aaron.
Do you have anything, Joe?
No.
Okay. I had some sad news to start off with. So you probably don't know this name, but Drew Struzan, he's a iconic artist that's made some of the biggest posters in movie history. I'll show you just some of them, you guys, so you can know.
Oh, Back to the
you've seen
Future.
Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Harry Potter, like every
Wow.
iconic painted movie poster you've seen for like the last 30 or 40 years has been this guy. He can't make work anymore. He's got a Alzheimer's situation going on, so he's effectively
This
retired.
is why the movie posters suck now. It was
Yeah.
all him. He was
Right.
the only one that
Yep.
could do it.
He was the guy, just like there was the movie trailers guy back in the
Right.
the 80s and the 90s doing all those voices. He's been keeping these posters great for decades.
Dude, movie
So
posters suck so hard now.
they do.
Like
Yeah.
we had the Captain America one up here recently when the movie came out. It's just the shield. Like there's nothing to it. It was
Yeah.
so boring. Like
Right.
why?
Yeah, so sad we're not going to get to see posters from this guy anymore. He
What a selfish person.
made some
So selfish.
Jesus. Superman, the final cut is done.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't come out for like a month. So if you know anything about the movie industry, the fact that they're already completely done, no
Right.
reshoots, no tweaks, this must mean that the studio's happy. Everyone involved with this is relatively comfortable and happy with
Well,
this movie.
you know, it's
Well,
done.
a couple weeks
For now.
Right. A couple weeks ago, the reports came out that they forced James Gunn to cut 25 minutes of it. So, like,
That makes sense.
which, thank God, please, please, it
No
doesn't
more
have to be
3-hour
3
movies.
hours.
It's
yeah.
going to be 2 hours 9. So that's
It's good.
that's
I'm okay
good.
with that.
That's fine.
good.
Yeah.
I've had my fill of the 2.5 hour plus
For sure.
superhero movies.
What was Ballerina? It was like right over
206?
2 over,
It was-
right
it was
over 2 hours.
2
yeah.
hours,
right
6
around
minutes, something
2,
like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
A trailer came out for a new Deadpool virtual reality game. I guess it's going to be on like the Oculus or
Right.
something. But Neil Patrick Harris was voicing Deadpool in this
Again, right?
again.
Didn't he voice him in the game on the PS3 or no?
The one
Is that
from
not
all
him?
those years ago, I can't remember.
Okay, it's okay. Go ahead.
But no, I watched the trailer. It looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just who has that fucking thing? Who has that VR thing?
Yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't him in the game. Okay, sorry, but
Yeah, they even made a joke about that in the trailer. It's like, oh, Spider-Man gets a full release and I get this shit.
of course,
Pretty
amazing.
good.
I don't know anyone that has MetaQuest or what is that one called?
Oculus?
Oculus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anyone that has that shit.
Yes. Street Fighter, the live-action Street Fighter movie that we're
Starring Roman Reigns and Jason Momoa potentially.
All of those people. M. Bison is rumored to have Walton Goggins in talks.
Oh wow, they're really
play
going.
Are they
for it.
going to inject
They're-
him with all the steroids?
Yeah, I don't know if I can see him as M. Bison, but
I know he's like a.
CGI baby?
guess.
I'd love to see him try.
Sure.
How many times have they did that? Once they just done one Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme, where they do run it back.
That's the only live action one.
Yeah.
I think there was.
Right.
There's been multiple Mortal Kombats, but just the one.
Yep.
Street Fighter. And the last thing I had, I just wanted to mention Letterboxd again. I'm on it as Hogwash Aaron. I saw Andrew got on it recently
Yes.
as
Just Andrew Pisano.
just Andrew Pisano.
Joe, you should get on it.
What is it?
It's super cool. It's where you get to rate movies and be like, "This is my list, and it's better than yours." You know?
Really?
It's a lot of fun.
Is it?
Do you remember? Do you remember? Did you have Netflix when you could rate movies and share them with
of
people?
course,
That's
yeah.
what this is now.
Really?
Yeah.
I hated
So
that they
it's-
killed the comments
I
and
know,
stuff on
yeah.
IMDb and all
Oh,
that.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is cool.
And Andrew, I'm not sure if you're going to do it also, but you're able to make lists too. I just
Yes.
made a list of like recommended movies. Like if
Yeah.
our listeners, I'm just trying to put like some maybe smaller under the radar movies they might not have heard of.
Yeah.
Did they make you do a top 10?
Top 4.
Top 4?
They give you
I'm
like a Mount Rushmore that you can. Yeah, I know. I
Is this
put-
yours?
Yeah, I mean you
Tell
don't
us.
have to, but
All right, let's
I mean,
see
you
who's
can.
better. Aaron, you go first. I'm just
Jurassic,
There's no way.
Jurassic Park,
Not bad.
Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade,
The Last Crusade's great.
Aliens,
Yeah, I'm not a big aliens guy, but I get it.
Twister.
I'm out.
Let's see. Let's see.
Twister's great, but it can't be in the top 4. It's so funny. Sometimes there's a movie that just hits you right in the feels. I mean, Rocky 3 is it for me. That won't be on most people's top 4.
Waterworld for you, right?
Not on my top 4.
Not since the rewatch.
No.
Oh, did that kill it for you seeing it
No,
again?
I've always felt the same about Waterworld. It's better than everyone says. I think it's just a fun movie, and I love Dennis Hopper. He's
It was just
amazing.
the first half was boring. It was
yeah,
pretty
it takes
boring.
a minute to get going. Then,
Yeah.
Once the
You want to? I think you've already seen my top 4, right?
I forget what you said.
Okay, let me guess.
Let's
Yeah, I have
Joe
no
because
idea.
he hasn't seen.
Dark Knight's got to be in there.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna be hard. I would say in Endgame or Infinity War, one
No.
of the two. No, neither one.
I had to put 4, so
I know it's so hard. It's so hard to exclude one of those,
Yeah.
but
It's
'cause
Dark Knight twice,
Dark Knight twice. No,
and
no, come on, let him do it because you already saw it, so you might remember.
I'm really overthinking this. Is Inception in there?
No,
There's another one of his movies, right?
there's no more Nolan on
There's
this.
no more Nolan,
I
okay.
wanted to include like one from my favorite directors, and then one is just like belongs there because it's one of the best.
Inglorious Bastards.
Yes.
Okay, that's 2.
Yeah.
Oh man,
there's one super obvious one you're forgetting.
I know. I'm sure there is. Oh, is there a Spider-Man in there?
No.
Give me a hint.
Super, super obvious.
I know. I'm just bad at on the spot
A
stuff.
hint would give it away right away. But
Yeah.
Well,
Scorsese.
Oh, Goodfellas. Duh,
Yeah.
fuck. I should have named that first. Yep.
And then the last one.
4th one.
This one might be hard to guess, but once you hear it, you'll understand. But it's a sci-fi action.
Sci-fi action. That's a lot of movies.
One of the best ever.
Fifth Element, right?
Fifth Element. No.
Fifth Element.
The Matrix.
Oh, the original Matrix.
Yeah.
That's a good list.
I just kind of wanted to include like one of each of my favorite 3 directors. And I was like, The Matrix has always been in my top 10. So like, it could belong there.
I just know Rocky 3, it just hits me in the feels like Twister does for you.
A Few Good Men.
And A Few Good Men. Those are the for sure too.
Yeah.
I love Shawshank. Like I love Shawshank.
It's great. It's
It's
amazing.
such a masterpiece film.
It is.
I'd have to think about the other two and ID4. I just fucking love that movie.
It's fantastic.
The speech by the president
Yeah.
is like one of the all time greats. Of
course.
It has the comic element. How we win is retarded, but like it's just such a great
cares?
movie. Yeah, who cares?
The best popcorn movie ever.
Oh man, Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
You know, cousin Eddie winning the day. Is amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's a great one. Might be my 4 actually. That would be it'd be hard to take one of those off, but
Yeah.
I feel like I need to put Infinity War in there somewhere in the 4 just because it's for me the best superhero movie I've ever seen.
good stuff.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
solid.
I've also made 2 lists. One of them is like a watch list of movies I want to see, and then I have like a rewatch list on movies that I haven't seen in so long that I was like, I can't rate this. It's been like 25 years, so I need to see it again before I give it a rating. So there's that. I think what's interesting is moving forward when we don't have anything to review, Like, someone just pick a movie on your watch list that you've never seen before and is like, you know what? I've always wanted to watch this.
We had a little rotation going for a minute.
Yeah. So we'll watch this week. And then, so, yeah, could be a good idea.
Nice.
We'll see.
Good times.
But other than the Ballerina, watching anything new this past week?
I don't know if you know this, but I've never watched every single minute of The Sopranos. So, like, when
really?
The Sopranos was on, I was an adult. I'd
Right.
kind of jump in and then, like, I don't know. This was probably when did it start? You must know. this.
99.
Yeah, like I'm going to LA to be an actor. Like I'm out
Right.
every night. I'm doing stuff.
You can
know what I
afford
mean?
HBO back
Couldn't
then?
afford HBO or whatever it was. Yeah, so like you'd watch what you could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I've restarted that. I'm on episode like 6, so that's going well.
Nice.
And then me and
that's
the
great.
missus are watching Severance. So I called you after episode 3.
Did he-
And I don't know how much reviewing we've done on this show, but after episode, have you watched it all?
It's on my list. I haven't started.
You haven't
it
started.
yet.
After 3 episodes, I'm upset because I'm like, how does anyone stick around? Now, I'm not a big jump out guy. You got to really suck for me to jump out of a show because I get so vested in everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't know Turturro's in this show, and I love him. I just fucking love him.
Yep.
And I'm a big fan of the star.
Yeah, Adam Scott.
Adam Scott, right? So it's great, and the premise is great. You go to work, your brain is wiped while you're at work. Something's got to be going on that's not great, right?
Yeah.
If they're wiping your brain, or you're living a different life, and then you go home. So the premise is good, but the first 3 episodes, I'm just like I'm snoring. It's such a slow. So I talked to Andrew, I talked to my buddy Sean, then I looked it up, and they're like, get to 4, get through 4. And you should be good after 4. And I was like, all right, that's tonight. Tonight's 4, so I'm excited.
Tonight? So you haven't done it yet.
Tonight's
All
4.
right. We'll see. We'll see if you last.
Tonight's
Yeah,
4.
no, I said at the time it's definitely a slow build. And the whole premise of the show is what's happening, you know? And so it's like they slowly like reveal, they peel the onion, right? And that's the show. Like again, it's not something I probably would never rewatch it, but like I still like it, and there's going to be a season 3. Ben Stiller confirmed it. He said it's not going to take as long because it was 3 years in between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm excited. I like the show.
I'm excited because I've heard good things from so many people that I know it's good. Like I know it's a good show. Like I'm
Yeah.
not one of these like, oh, I didn't like something the whole world loves. You know what I mean? Like I'm usually with everyone on most things. But so I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
'Cause I know it gets good.
Right. So, but how are you enjoying your rewatch of The Sopranos so far?
I say I've never watched every minute of every episode, but I remember everything so far. But the little things, it's kind of fun.
Oh, it's so great.
Like Meadow not knowing that they're gangsters kind of yet, and the son
Yeah.
kind of learning. Like that
Right.
stuff's kind of fun.
And his mother is just amazing.
Oh,
like,
God.
she's so funny.
I didn't remember him giving Uncle Junior the reins in the
Yeah.
fourth
Right,
episode.
yeah.
He goes, "You can have it," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Where does this go?"
Oh, yeah,
I know he
he's-
tries to kill
yeah,
him, so I'm like, "Oh shit."
So, would you recommend The Sopranos? Do you
I
think?
mean, so far it's an amazing
it's
show.
pretty good.
It's
Yeah,
an amazing
it's pretty good,
show.
right? It's like maybe the best series of all time.
It's
Certainly up there, right?
It's up there.
It's so funny when I rewatch Sopranos, I'm like, this is the best show ever. And then I just finished my 3rd or 4th rewatch of Breaking Bad, and I was like, this is the best show ever. So it's like those are 1 and 2, whatever order is just whenever I'm watching it.
It's one of those funny shows too that like everything in the world exists. So Goodfellas exists, Godfather exists. Martin
Yeah.
Scorsese's in episode 1 or something where he's
Right.
running into that club.
Yeah.
Yet some of his actors are in the show.
No, there's a scene where like they're literally talking about Goodfellas, and there's Dr. Melfi who was Karen in Goodfellas. It's like, all right, that's a little crazy.
Or Lorraine, what's her face?
That's what I
Bracco.
mean, Lorraine Bracco.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she's in that
Doctor- yeah,
scene.
that's right,
She
right.
was Karen.
Yeah, Karen, yeah.
But Marvel did it, when Tony Stark called Thor Lebowski. And it was like, oh, you mean your enemy from Iron Man 1?
That's right.
Oh, Hot Tub Time Machine? You mean the movie Sebastian Stan was in?
That's right. That's
So-
right. Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun, actually.
What have you been watching?
I was rock hard all weekend because not only did I get to watch Ballerina, which was a 9 for me, I watched Predator Killer of Killers,
Oh.
which was also a 9 for me. It was
The cartoon?
fucking awesome, the animated one.
Nice.
It was amazing.
You
it
didn't
was,
wait for me. All right.
It was 3 just short little compact stories.
Yeah. I said I'd watch it with you.
It's a ton. Yes, you did.
Yeah, you
yes,
were like, fuck off.
Did I say I was only going to watch it once?
Okay, well, there you go.
I'll watch it again.
So that was another 9?
Today, yes, it was a fucking 9. It was a lot of fun, really inventive with all the actions, with all the action and kills and everything.
Yeah.
Really well done. A lot of fun at the end. It's a 9. Go watch it.
Cool.
I think it's easily the best Predator movie since the original. All due respect to Prey, which
Wow.
was awesome.
Cool.
This was the
That's
best Predator
exciting, then.
movie since the original.
That's exciting.
Really,
nice.
really good.
I watched. Do you remember last year when HBO came out with the Watchmen Chapter 1 and 2, where it was like we're making these 2 separate movies. They're cartoons, and it's just like a retelling of the Watchmen. But
Yeah.
so I put
We
it
had
on.
the show too.
Yeah, that's different. Like
Yeah.
that, the show was a sequel to the graphic novel, not the movie.
The sequel
it was
to
a
the
sequel to the
novel.
graphic novel, which
Got it.
was more accurate, right?
Yeah.
But this was just like, yeah, we're doing these 2 chapters, which covers all the books and everything. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try it. I watched it for 20 minutes, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like all it is just like it's this scene, then it's this scene, and the voice acting is so lazy. They're like barely alive reading the scripts, and it's just like, yeah, it just goes scene to scene to scene, and it really just made me want to watch Watchmen,
yeah. Just go
like
watch the movie.
the movie again, because
Sure.
there was really nothing different. It was just like these are the same scenes, the same shots, but with like just bad voice acting for the most part. I got 20 minutes in, and like every scene felt so rushed. Like they're just like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just over here. Oh, like it's like they were just like rushing it just to get everything they could in.
Just getting their beats and moving
So
on.
yeah,
I'm surprised you don't go after him on how much. Did you love Watchmen?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Just like that, he loves it so much, and there's big blue penises, and he's always making fun of your love of tits. It's an easy one to lob his way, but
I never said I loved Watchmen for the cock.
well, what else would you watch it for?
What else would you watch it for? Yeah.
I leave the low-hanging fruit. I don't need to go there.
Oh, look at Aaron.
There's much easier things to go after.
Nice.
Joe doesn't like it because of the cock. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's fair.
All right. Yeah. So, all right, let's do some fan questions. Let's see what they've got to say. Anything interesting? Let's see here. All right. The Rizzler. Who you guys got for best female action star? No one has yet to dethrone Linda Hamilton from Terminator 1 and 2.
What?
Distant second, Uma Thurman from The Kill Bills.
Distant second. She's way better in those movies than Linda Hamilton is in hers.
I mean, they're both great.
Yeah.
I don't think they're the top ones because aside from those 2 films, like
Yeah.
Uma Thurman's done some action, but like Angelina Jolie and Charlize
Oh,
Theron
my
have
God.
done, dozens of action films.
Michelle
so
Rodriguez.
it's probably one of them.
right.
But like a lot of
Sigourney
those
Weaver.
action movies are ones you don't really necessarily want to see either.
Right.
But so that's a tough one, yeah.
That is tough because Charlize has probably done more
Yeah.
solid action work. But if you're talking like just a really, really great action performance, it's either Uma. I mean, you've got to say Sigourney Weaver in Aliens.
Yep.
She was amazing.
But I mean, Linda
That whole
Hamilton in
franchise.
T2 was phenomenal.
She was.
She was
She
was.
amazing.
I would say
Yes.
Charlize and Angelina are probably the 2 biggest action female stars of
Yeah.
all time. They've just done some good work.
However, none of them have done anything as good as Terminator 1 and 2 and The Kill Bills.
That's probably true. Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
That is true.
Bill Capri, how many grenades were in this movie? All of them.
Jesus.
All of them.
40?
That's a good number.
Pop Culture Junkie, question for Aaron. Twister was the first big blockbuster movie when I started working at AMC. Seen it a dozen times and I love it. What's your take on the lack of rationale thinking of Helen Hunt's father at the beginning of the film? Why does he try to hold the door shut of the cellar only to go flying off like Dorothy's house and not just sit back with the wife and kid to ride out the storm with a view? I agree. That ruins the movie for me, and you shouldn't see it now.
Okay, full disclosure. I also watched Twister this weekend. Again.
Wow, you were just
And
jacking it the whole
I was
weekend.
jacking it the
Shocker.
whole weekend.
Fun.
And yeah, that's always been the thing. He could have just sat back with them and just watched the door fly off. But it's a fucking popcorn movie.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have the emotional impact if her parents were still alive saying like, go Joe, go chase those tornadoes.
And also, some people are dumb. people do dumb things in movies because people do
Yes.
dumb things in real life.
Oh, that's
so
for
you
sure.
You could definitely be dumb.
He held onto the door for the same reason the Avengers don't show up every single individual superhero movie.
Exactly.
So the movie can exist.
Hey, there's
like you said, Joe.
There's
Yeah.
a Red Hulk. Can we call Thor or something? Jesus, does he have a beeper?
Does he? No,
Can
he
we
sure
call
doesn't.
someone?
Oh, there's a Red Hulk. Can we call
Hulk.
Hulk? In this universe, is there a She-Hulk?
Yeah, but he's like nice now. I don't
Call
know.
he and She-Hulk.
They're too
and try to
nice. She's
stop Red
busy
Hulk.
twerking at a nightclub, and he's like got a broken arm. I guess I don't know. He's a Hulk, but he's got a broken arm. I don't know. DL Punk. I didn't see Ballerina, but I did see another female lead movie, Straw, on Netflix. It was very good, and it's 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Only thing missing was an Aunt Medea cameo that I thought was in all the Tyler Perry movies, even dramatic thrillers. Oh, it's a Tyler Perry movie, but like, I guess a serious one.
I heard the
I don't know
name
about Straw.
I don't remember which one that was.
See, I Googled straw. That was the mistake.
What are
I
you
just
doing?
Got a bunch of straws. I don't know about this movie. Oh, it's got Sinbad. You know, well, that's definitely a winner then.
In a dramatic role?
Yeah. Oh, he's looking for a toy. Oh, okay.
Good for Sinbad. I didn't know he
Amazing.
was still alive.
Amazing.
Smooth Brain Josh, and it's even got Josh trying to remember the months of the year photo.
boy.
What are your predictions for Superman? Any surprises? What's for mid/post credit scene? So we talked about this a few weeks ago. We were like, maybe a mid or post credit scene hints at the next Batman. Maybe they reveal who Batman is there, and like instead of doing it at Comic-Con, like fuck that,
Yeah,
just
fuck
do it
that.
in the fucking movie.
Right.
My prediction is we see Batman, we can't see who it is.
Yeah, like, or maybe
Like a
they
hint.
just show the symbol or something, right? Who knows?
Something Batman related.
It's hard to
in
get
post-credits.
excited about a Batman symbol when there's been so many Batman movies, right? Like,
Right.
you're not like, show us Batman. We haven't had one in 30 years. It's
true.
The symbol. It's like, I wouldn't even get that excited about that. I'd
No,
want
I
to
know.
see him do something, even if we don't have a reveal.
Right.
I think you might be surprised how excited people could get. I don't know if you remember, but there was some footage back when they did. So there was, God damn it, what was the first Cavill Superman
Man of
movie?
Steel.
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel. And then when they made the sequel, the Batman was going to be in. They did a teaser trailer at some Comic-Con or something, and all they showed was just the Batman logo on the screen. Everybody popped.
Well, you're
like
popping
they've
because
never
it's
seen Batman
because it's
before.
Batman versus Superman. That's why you popped, because
Sure.
we've been looking for that film since I Am Legend had the poster in that post-apocalyptic world when everyone's like, "Wait, are we making this? Are we
Yeah.
doing this?"
And you're at the place where you have the biggest nerds on earth that,
Yeah,
you know.
Sure. So what's our predictions for how good it's going to be?
Look, James Gunn has not let us down yet. I've enjoyed all of his superhero movies. They're all really good. So I think it would be, at least an 8. Like I think
Wow, Andrew, that's high.
Well, all the Guardians are good.
I would
know.
be
And the Suicide Squad reboot was really good.
Like, just how many times can you reboot a character and expect us to okay, he finally? I'm hoping,
but we haven't seen
hoping.
this version though.
We haven't.
I have way more faith in this than I do Fantastic Four.
I've
heard bad things.
I've heard bad things. And I actually had some things accidentally spoiled online. If it's true, which I think it is, oh my God. It's going to be like epic levels bad.
I'm starting to get a little worried about Fantastic Four, but I'll be shocked if this Superman movie isn't a 7 or an 8.
Okay.
I think Superman will be better. It'll certainly do better. It's Fantastic Four versus Superman. Like just the
Right.
name alone. But look, the trailer looks great. I mean, the Fantastic Four trailer looks okay. Silver Surfer looks like a PS2 character, but it's just, again, like, how does the Silver Surfer from the fucking movie 15 years ago look better? The graphics look better then.
It looks like a Nintendo character, the original one.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yep.
Josh's Sex Shirt. Great film. You need to rewatch it in Dolby Digital at an AMC. I thought I was in a roller coaster with the rumble from the gunshots and awesome flamethrower scene, but I'm sad that they killed her sister off like right after they met. That was fucked.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was rough.
But that was just to put it over more, just to make her angrier, I guess. Joey Von Doom, this is probably my favorite female-led action film, and I want more and more. Anytime they had exposition, someone literally came in and just started shooting. That helps, definitely. Plus, Eve was lovely and hot as fuck. Ana de Armas. I just wish they showed her feet without all the damages and tear. That's true. They did show that.
Who wrote this?
Like her nail was almost coming off. Anyway, it's my favorite movie of the year so far. God bless.
Good.
Very good.
Good.
Tony C., so glad you enjoyed Sinners. Will you consider a spoiler review? There's so much to discuss. The music, the underlying themes, and that one scene that makes you shout, "Shut up, bitch!"
Yeah.
We could, because next week there's no big movie coming out, so we could just do Sinners. I would love to talk about it.
I mean, is it too old at this point for us to review?
I don't know. People are still going to see it.
I'd love talking about it, but
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not this, it's going to be some other movie that's 20 years old, probably. So.
Right.
that's true.
I wouldn't mind doing that if the fans want it. Bobby the Mark Soydam, this movie was the worst of the 5 and still fantastic. How do they keep doing it?
I was like, where's he going with that?
That's a good point.
Agreed.
Yeah. No, it's that when you have 5 movies and they're all good, I don't know if that's ever been done. Like, that's tough. So, bravo, John Wick verse.
All right.
Well done.
Out of all the 5 movies, how many kills does John Wick have?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you looked that up?
Yeah.
Like 200?
Aaron?
275.
Guys, I didn't say how many did he kill in the first movie. I said how many in all 5. No, you're both way off.
500?
It's 439, yeah.
Holy shit.
And there was probably only like 10 in this movie.
Right.
And maybe it was more, but yeah.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
All right, that's all for fan questions and comments. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast, follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Hollywood Hog Pod, and become a supporter of the show at patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. That's where you get all the bonus episodes. So go check it out. And until then, we'll see you next time.